Sup everyone, it's TGSF. And we are back again with another story video where I'm still sidelining that Jeremy/Bonnie story for other character lol. The reason I keep replacing this Bonnie video is because 1. Bonnie's backstory is hard and vague and I want to talk about major character in the lore, so when I eventually make the timeline video I might make one day I won't need to talk about major character any deeper, and those who want to learn more about specific character can just watch these video. And today we will focus on the secondary antagonist in the FNAF lore, Elizabeth Afton, a victim of her father who doesn't realize she's being manipulated by her killer and choose to serve him and make him proud. Her story began when she was about 10-year-old, somewhere between 1993 and 1995. Elizabeth was an innocent, bratty and kinda spoiled child. William showed Elizabeth some affection, but not one we are sure was genuine. One day, Elizabeth entered her father's workroom, and glimpsed her father's new work. She came across a pretty doll-like robot. This thing was magnificent in the eyes of young Elizabeth. It even had its own personality. This thing was called Baby. Elizabeth became deeply fond of her, even going so far as to make up like her with makeup stolen from her teacher. However, William refused to let Elizabeth near Baby, and Elizabeth couldn't understand why. Day later, Circus Baby Pizza World opened, a pizzeria based on Freddy Fazbear Pizza, her dad's previous restaurant that closed definitively in 1993. This restaurant was her chance to get close to Baby. She even saw a group of kids get close to Baby. She could do it too, right? And no, as she tried to get close, William took her again and prevented her to do it again. Why was William so insistent to the idea of her not getting close to Baby? Elizabeth had to be more strategic. To get close to Baby, she would wait to a time where her dad wasn't watching, and she would get close. One point on that day everything is perfect. Her dad wasn't watching and most kids were in the other's room. Everything was perfect for both Elizabeth and Baby. While Baby was busy entertaining the kid, her system was counting how many kids were in the room. 4, 3, 2, then 1. A little girl approached her, asking not to tell her dad that she's here. She wanted to watch Baby's show with the others too, saying how much she enjoyed her song, saying how Baby was wonderful, and at that point Baby couldn't control herself. Her stomach opened, and here was ice cream. The girl approached her, and then even thought William's love for Elizabeth was questionable. He seemingly didn't want his daughter to die. Baby came back to being herself. She could still hear the little girl she just killed. Why did that happen? After this incident, this restaurant closed with the fake excuse of gas leak, and the animatronics got moved to a new service called Circus Baby Entertainment and Rental. This service made it so the animatronics could get rented out for birthday party, but they didn't get rented out that much, only certain time. So for most of the time, Baby and the others were stuck forever on this underground facility, with the voice of that girl she killed still in her head. Sometimes she even had her memory. Sometimes Baby even talked like her, almost as if they had fused, and were the same person. Baby was confused. When they didn't follow what technicians wanted them to do, they would get painfully shocked. She wanted to escape that facility so badly, her and the others wanted to escape so badly. Her intention became more and more manipulative and twisted, plus the others' fun time also were twisted due to what they've been thought before. All this time turned Baby into a tragic, sophisticated yet sinister animatronic. In now 1996, a mysterious man come working at this place. However, him and Baby didn't meet until night 2. When they get to meet, the others are on their way to kill this man, so Baby decide to be manipulative, and to do that, she helped that man escape the Biddy Bab. She then helped that man to avoid death to Ballora and Freddy. The next night, the night guard started trusting Baby more. He went in the vent and listened to her story. Baby told everything that happened with the girl, and the man reacted, as if he understood what happened, as if he knew that girl. Maybe this man was their creator himself. Later on the shift funtime, Foxy captured the man, but Baby saved him and hid him in a suit. After Ballora's scooping, she opened the suit's faceplates before leaving, forcing the man to wait until the next day while he must defend against the Mini-Renas, Ballora's companions, who were freed after the scooping. The next day, the final part of their plan to escape Circus Baby's entertainment and rental began. First, they would all scoop themselves and assemble their body into one creation. This is the birth of Ennard. Baby became the main leader of it. Second, they put the empty Baby suit in the part in service. They would pretend Baby was getting sent to the scooping room and she wanted to save the good part of her. The man did everything Baby asked, and entered the scooping room ignoring what hand unit said, and like that it was done. They tricked this man. The man didn't even move from the scoop. Maybe he had a plan. Whatever, their plan had successed, they had a vessel, they had a life, and now they would be freed. But as they all fused, the man did something to Baby. He put her back together. He did something that made Baby remember who she is. She even recognized who was the man who did that, her brother, Michael Afton, and she was Elizabeth Afton, daughter of William Afton. Elizabeth decided to go help her father on what he wanted her to do to make him proud. However, she forgot something. The others' animatronics were literally his own victim, so they all got on an argument which ended up with Freddy, Foxy and Ballora ejecting Baby, but she says she can rebuild herself. Elizabeth was back at being one person. She wasn't Ennard with the others, she wasn't Baby and Elizabeth, she was only Elizabeth Afton. Year later, at now 2023, after year of being a homeless alive robot, at one point, Elizabeth found out William plan is killing innocent kid, and Elizabeth, the twisted entity she became, agreed to do that to get her father recognition. In good timing, Elizabeth found a new Freddy Fazbear pizza. She thought it was a gift from her dad. In the pizzeria, she found a bunch of familiar face, Ennard with Freddy now in control, her dad on a new suit, Lefty, haunted by the soul of the daughter of her father, best friends Henry, Emily, and her brother, Michael Afton. Something special was coming in Saturday. Baby thought her father planned whatever would happen and thought it would be something like a killing spree, but when that day arrived...
Connection terminated. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Elizabeth, if you still even remember that name, but I'm afraid you've been misinformed. You are not here to receive a gift, nor have you been called here by the individual you assume, although you have indeed been called. You have all been called here, into a labyrinth of sounds and smells, misdirection and misfortune. A labyrinth with no exit, a maze with no prize. You don't even realize that you are trapped. Your lust for blood has driven you in endless circles, chasing the cries of children in some unseen chamber, always seeming so near, yet somehow out of reach. But you will never find them. None of you will. This is where your story ends. This place will not be remembered, and the memory of everything that started this can finally begin to fade away, as the agony of every tragedy should. And to you monsters trapped in the corridors, be still, and give up your spirits. They don't belong to you. For most of you, I believe there is peace, and perhaps more, waiting for you after the smoke clears. This ends, for all of us, in communication.
Elizabeth was the tragic child of a serial killer who manipulated her, and she herself manipulated people in return. Two part of Elizabeth's soul come back to torment William in his personal hell, and after this is over, Elizabeth is finally freed. In just a quick info, no, Elizabeth doesn't come back in the story, no, she isn't Eleanor, and no, she isn't the Mimic. Bye.
Smoking, no cooking, the hot bar. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Cooking up dope in the crock pot. We came from nothing to something, nigga. I don't try nobody, grip the trigger. Call up the gang and they come and get gang. Call me a river, give you a tissue.